So okay, let's start a little before his title reign, right? Riddick, he fought Pinkland Thomas in 1990 and was way past his best, and it took him 8 rounds to get Pinkland out of there. I remember that fight, and it wasn't. I can't even call it solid. I'm not even going to call it. It was just a win. I'm just going to call it a win, a record padder. Anyone disagree? Mm-mm. He beat Burt Cooper in 1990. What year did Burt Cooper do damage to Evander?
I think that was 92. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was 92.
One of the best fights ever saw, man.
That's one of Bowe's best wins, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, people didn't rate Burt Cooper, but he's a dangerous guy, man.
Yeah, because he floored Holyfield. He knocked down Michael Moore. He knocked down Jeremy Williams. He put some pretty good heavyweights on their asses. He ain't no screw.
No, he wasn't.
It's just that he couldn't deal with the demons outside the ring, man.
Yeah.
And that poor piss defense he had, man. Like, that was just like when the roof opened on that boy, like flipping hell. Okay, that's just a solid. We'll just give that solid so far. Yeah. And he fought Tyrrell Biggs. Tyrrell Biggs gave him a hard fight. Like, Tyrrell Biggs was supposed to be washed up at the time, but Biggs came. I'm telling you, man, I saw that fight the other year because I got all of Riddick Bowe's fights. I couldn't remember the result of it, and I didn't box rec the result. I'm watching this fight thinking that Bowe's going to blow him over. Biggs fucking... and you could see Biggs was fucking hurt at the end of the fight because he really wanted to win. He really wanted to win. And it was an 8-round TKO. Can't give it more than... for me, solid. I'm just saying to say solid.
Yeah. I agree.
Chris?
Solid.
Okay. Tony Tubbs? Unanimous decision?
Yeah, I didn't rate Tony Tubbs at them times there, but Tubbs was a decent guy in his day, but I think he saw better days by then. Yeah, great win.
Chris, what you got on that?
I got a solid win.
I actually thought that... I'm not sure if Bowe actually won the fight.
It was a close.
It was a close fight, man. Like, Tubbs took him to school a little, man. Tubbs took him to school.
So did Biggs did earlier in that fight when he fought Biggs.
Yeah, he did. All right, I'm going to do the never heard of him on Rodolfo Martin because I don't consider him to be all that.
That was a stay busy fight. That was 2 months later. That was a stay busy. So, because he liked to pick up weight. They used to keep him in the ring staying busy at that time.
Yeah. He fought Philip Brown, who took Frank Bruno the distance back in the day and got knocked out by Jerry Cooney. That's the never heard of him job for me.
Yeah.
Bruce Seldon. Was Seldon unbeaten at the time?
You know, he had one loss. Seldon was green. Seldon just was on the come up. Come up at
Seldon
that time.
wasn't unbeaten?
He was. Nah, I see that. That was on Tuesday Night Fight on the USA Network. I'll never forget that. Seldon was green as hell in that fight. He got knocked out in the first round. He was green as hell, throwing wide, stupid-ass looping punches. I ain't gonna give him that was a alright win. I ain't gonna give him no solid on that because my man was green.
Yeah,
in that fight.
That's right. Oliver McCall actually beat him the fight before that. So, in hindsight of how Seldon went out of this, I'm not even gonna call it solid. Am I being too hard?
No, not at that time. Nah.
Okay. Then we had the 2 Elijah Tillery fights. Elijah Tillery apparently gave Tyson a good beating in sparring. And you saw the one where Rock Newman pulled him over the top rope and it ended in a disqualification win. And then Bowe TKO'd him in 4. It's relatively solid 2 fights, you know. It's not ATG. There's nothing ATG on his resume yet. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Conroy Nelson, even Herbie Hyde knocked him out. He was.
Yeah, he stayed there. He my next door neighbor.
Who? Conroy Nelson?
Yeah, no, I'm just joking.
Oh. I'm getting an interview with him, man. I mean, he took on a few people, you know. Everett Martin. Everett Bigfoot. He was durable, man. Everett durable.
He was durable, tough guy.
But it can't be no more than solid. Just a journeyman.
Nah, he's solid. He's solid.
What about Pierre Coetza?
Past his prime.
Was he past his prime? Who knocked him out
Yes,
first, Foreman or Bowe?
I think Foreman knocked him out first.
You sure?
Yeah, I believe Foreman knocked him out. Foreman fought him before Bowe did.
I'm gonna put the box rec on this, and if
Hold
Bowe
on.
got to him first, nah, Riddick Bowe.
He's still.
What? To be honest, man, he lost to fucking Ozzy Ocasio before and Bernard Benton, so just solid. He was durable though. He could take a punch, man. I thought Foreman killed him with that punch he hit him with that time, man. Like he lost his last 3 fights to Riddick Bowe, Frank Bruno, and George Foreman. Nah, that's just that's just all right. That's just all right. I mean, okay. First championship fight, he takes on Evander Holyfield, and he wins a unanimous decision. Errol, what you got on that?
What, Riddick Bowe?
Yeah.
Van Holyfield?
Yeah.
That was an epic fight, one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time. I mean, at the time, I remember, like, I didn't really value it that much because I didn't really rate Van Holyfield, even though he beat Buster Douglas at the time. But that was a real big heavyweight in the States, not necessarily over in the UK. Like, they try to market it, but if it wasn't involving Mike Tyson, the guy we knew, it was hard. Because Van Holyfield, most of his career was in America, and so was Riddick Bowe.
Yep.
So I didn't know too much about him. So the fight didn't mean too much over here, but I guess in America, and I look at it now, that was they went at it, man. They truly put it on a great show. Both undefeated, and they're prime, man. You can't take it away from them, man. Now, Riddick Bowe pulled it away. Riddick Bowe pulled it out on the cards.
Yep.
And it was a great win, man. Hall of Famer, no doubt. Great win.
Yep. Chris, what you got?
Great win.
ATG?
All day, yeah, for real. Of course.
Yep.
Definitely ATG win. Everybody was unsure if Bowe was dedicated enough, but Eddie Futch got him up for the job, and he floored Holyfield late, and he came through some hard. But some people say this fight actually ruined Riddick, and that's why they started matching him. Like, obviously, we got Michael Dokes next. He was washed up, man. I mean, you saw what Ruddock done to him a little time before that. Like, he shouldn't have really. After that knockout for Ruddock was actually traumatizing to watch.
Yeah, it looked like he killed him.
Yeah,
like
it did. You know. So I'm gonna call that a poor title defense. That's actually a red flag. I'm not being funny. It's a red flag title defense. And he knocked him out in one. Jesse Ferguson is another red flag. That's not solid. That's not even solid.
He beat Ray Mercer.
Yeah, but man, that fight was dodgy, man. Like, I think Mercer offered him a bribe in the fight and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're right. But you're right. Yeah, you're right.
They're red flag title defenses. I'm not even going to lie, man. I'm not even going to lie. Yeah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, man. You know? What do you reckon, Earl?
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, what was his form going in there against Riddick Bowe? Yeah, he got the unanimous decision versus Ray Mercer. I mean, like, a very controversial fight. He lost to Tony Tubbs, Michael Dokes before that, Bruce Seldon. His form wasn't good, man. He shouldn't really, shouldn't have been there. So we move on. He loses a majority decision to Holyfield. This is when was it the hang glider? Fan man, I should say. Yeah. So he loses his title to Holyfield. Who saw that fight and who wants to chime in first?
I seen that fight. They had to stop the fight for a minute, 30 minutes.
I didn't even concentrate on the fight, to be honest with you. All I cared about is fan man. that was more interesting than the actual fight. They more or less fought the same way in the first fight. They're standing toe to toe, taking lumps out of each other. But man, the fan man crashed into the ropes, fell backwards, and then the Nation of Islam there with what's his name?
Beat the fuck out of him.
The honorable what's his name again? The honorable. No, not Elijah Muhammad. What's his name again? Louis Farrakhan was there, and they thought it was assassination on Farrakhan. This is the stuff behind it. And these soldiers, that's where they beat up the fan man, bro. He got beat up by that guy with the phone. But that little area. That's where thingy was, and that's where he didn't stop. He stopped coming to fights after that.
The fan man. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he stopped coming to fight because they actually thought it was assassination on him.
The fan man actually died. I can't remember how he died. The fan man died.
Yeah. It was a risk taker, man. It was a risk taker. That was. I mean, look, that was all over the world.
Yeah.
Because the actions of the guy as well when he landed the ring, the way people were fighting, I don't know what it was about fighting in the 90s. Sometimes people just wanted to fight each other in the crowd. It was so powerful. You know what I mean? They was just there in there fighting all the time.
Yeah.
They couldn't even fight for their land. That was more interesting than the whole of the fight.
Well, we'll revisit more of that in his career. To be honest, man, Holyfield fought a clever fight. He didn't stay in front of, he got in and out with his punches. He didn't just stay there and try and land 8 punch volleys like he normally does. He fought a clever fight. Bowe was out of condition, and this is red flag for him because he threw the belt in the bin. Through the WBC
and Emmanuel
belt.
Stewart was training Holyfield for this fight too.
Yeah. So what do you think? Don't you think that's a red flag, throwing the belt in the bin?
Yeah, I think it's a big red flag.
What did he throw it in the bin, or his manager did throw it in the
bin? No, we saw him throw it in the bin. I
saw him, but I don't know if he wanted to. I think he just did what his manager told him.
Yeah, he's not a puppet though, is he? He's a grown man.
Well, I think he is a puppet. I don't think he wanted to throw that one in the bin.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to commit: red flag or not, throwing the belt in the bin?
It was a red
flag.
Okay. Then he fights Buster Mathis Jr. No contest. You see, everybody says he's.
Is that the one when they start kicking each other?
No, he was hitting them low. He was Buster Mathis was giving them trouble when he got frustrated and started hitting Buster Mathis low. I seen that fight.
I didn't see that fight. I didn't see that one. You see, everyone talks about he only lost once to Holyfield, but as we go on, we'll see. That's true, but it's not as statistically accurate as it sounds. Okay, so that's a no contest to Buster Mathis Jr. Larry Donald, remember he punched him in his face before the fight?
Yeah, scared him before the fight.
Can't give that more than solid, I'm sorry. Larry Donald was never all that, was he?
Nah, he was scared after he got punched. He didn't want to fight when he got in the ring.
Yeah, right. Riddick Bowe's going on crazy right now, man.
Yeah. Herbie Hyde, WBO heavyweight title. He knocks Herbie out in 6. ATG?
Yeah. No.
Man, well, Herbie Hyde became a 2 world champion. He's knocking out world champions, man. I don't know if it's ATG. It was a former world champion.
Yeah.
Solid win.
Well, he won the title. He took the title from Herbie. So.
Yeah, but Herbie became champion after that.
No, he was actually champion.
I know Herbie was champion. I said Herbie got the belt again after that.
Oh, he won again after that? Did he?
Yeah, he did. And then Klitschko took the belt of him.
That's right. So where do you rank that?
So I win because he's undefeated. Took him out. Did what he was supposed to do. And he came to England and done it. I didn't think he'd beat Herbie.
No, it was in America.
The fight was in America? Yeah. Oh yeah, it was. Sorry, it was in America. Yeah, it was. You're right. It was in America.
MGM Grand.
Yeah.
Where have you got that? So where do you rank that, Earl?
I rank it highly because it's undefeated, and it was Herbie's debut in America.
Better than solid, but not quite ATG.
No. Yeah, not quite. I wouldn't give them great. On Riddick Bowe's career, there's only a few. There's only one great fight. That's it. The rest of them are really.
Well, hold your horses. We're gonna go through the lot, so we'll see if we can change your mind. You know what I mean? So, Chris, where have you got that?
Solid.
Not even higher than solid. There's a world title fight win, man. You're being horrible, man.
It's a world title fight, but I didn't rate Herbie Hyde that high.
Oh man. So what? That's not an ATG win.
That's not an ATG win.
I'm gonna make a new category. What can I put between solid and ATG?
No, you can't do that.
Good win, man. That's it.
I'm just going in between. I'm not gonna go give it ATG. I'm not gonna give it. I think winning a belt has to be a bit more than solid.
Why, man? Depends who win the belt off.
A lot of weak champions, you can't do that.
Okay, we'll leave that one there. I'll just say solid title win. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Jorge Luis Gonzalez, who was a world amateur champion and a very good amateur, and an undefeated pro. Bowe knocks him out in 6. Mean anything to you guys?
No.
No?
No.
What, just solid?
Yeah.
All right. Man, you guys are hard, man. Because even I'm going to say solid too. Just solid. All right. he knocks out Holyfield. First man to knock out Evander Holyfield.
He knocked him out cold?
Well,
or he just dropped down and
it was more or less a knockout. Well, yeah, he TKO'd him in 8.
It's a TKO. The referee stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, referee wasn't out cold though, was he?
It wasn't out cold.
No, it wasn't out cold.
Yeah, technical knockout.
But it was a good stoppage though. Holyfield was in no condition to carry on.
He stopped Holyfield, yeah, but he wasn't KO out. Yeah,
still on his feet too, though.
Nah, he couldn't continue to fight though. He was finished. He was finished.
Yeah, he would have got knocked out.
He was through. He was done for. The fork was in him.
Is that when he had heart problems and shit?
Well, that's what they say.
That was the third one.
That's what
breathe. That was the third one, not the second one.
This is the third fight. This is the third fight.
That is you're right. That is because family. We just did the fight. Yeah, he had some breathing troubles in third round or something.
Yeah.
I'm giving this ATG.
At this point, people thinking he's never gonna be fighting again.
Yeah,
but in hindsight,
he started losing all his hair. He had a nice crop of hair when he fought in the first fight. Going into that fight, the stress of losing the belt, lost all his hair.
But in hindsight, that's got to be an ATG win.
You remember the fight? George Foreman was telling the people they should stop the fight because he couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on to beat Mike Tyson twice. Got
a
draw.
We're going too far. We know already, but we're just going about what happened at the time, so we know that already.
No, but it's in hindsight. How do you rate that win? The
win. Did he win? He won the third fight.
Yeah, Riddick Bowe beat him.
Yeah, really, but it's a big win, man.
Yeah,
Riddick was never the same. They say they were never the same again. So it's just that way. They would never. They took their prime out, but Riddick Bowe's conditioning messed him up. But it was never the same. That was a big win, man.
I've got that as that's his second ATG win.
Yeah, well, being Evander Holyfield in his round his prime, no matter what he's dealing with, like
it's a good win. That's a great win.
Great win, man.
ATG, Chris.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. The two Andrew Galata fights, disqualifications.
He was losing the first fight. Andrew Galata did stupid. I don't know why he kept punching him low. Bowe was losing that fight too.
Okay. So red flag.
I think Bowe. I think the Holyfield Wars affected Bowe in that first Galata fight.
The same again.
Was punching him though,
man. He got knocked down in that fight too.
He framed combinations in the man's fucking crutch, man.
Yeah, but I'm talking about he dropped Bowe before he knocked him down with a low blow. Bowe was washed up at that time when he fought Galata.
Okay. So after that, he's only got 3 fights. Marcus Road, Billy Zumbran, and Gene, whatever his name, Pulkow. We've never heard of none of them. So we can't even give them solids. You know. Yeah. And
that last fight with Gene Polka, he got dropped in that fight.
Yeah, but look how old he was, man.
Yeah.
He didn't get dropped in that fight. I saw that. That was on Box Nation.
Comeback fight. I forget which one he got, but he got dropped. He got knocked down in his comeback fight.
That was probably against Billy Zumbran or something. I don't know.
Was it there?
I saw
it was because it was in the Pachinko Resort. You right. Billy Zumbran, the one that knocked him down.
Yeah, I saw the Pulkow fight on Box Nation. I remember that. So okay. Red flags. What are the red flags? Throwing his belt in the bin. The two not fighting Lennox.
Or Razor Ruddick or people like that, because the other guys on his resume, he ain't. I don't know how they got title shots during that era.
I mean, Mike had to go in and take care of Ruddick because then the champions wouldn't fight him. So 2 ATG wins. Where does that leave him standing? Modern day heavyweights. No, forget top 10 of all time, but just modern day heavyweights.
Modern day heavyweights?
Yeah. When I say modern day, I'm talking about from the 90s or any era. Forget modern day, just all time. That's what we're judging him by.
All time. Yeah. He's not. He's down there.
Top 20?
I don't even know because we got a lot of people that you can put ahead of him. He only beat Holyfield twice. That's on his. You can't put him above a lot of people.
Where you got him, Errol? Top 20?
No, I got him high in my top 10.
All time, yeah?
Yeah.
He ain't in my top 10.
All right, qualify that to me. Why you got him so high?
But listen, bro, he beat Evander Holyfield, who was considered to be one of the toughest guy, even though he was a lightweight. Went in there and he fought in a style of fighting that would be pleasing to any fighter. He could fight. When I usually put people in my top 10 or where I did, I put them in their style of fighting and where they can fight. He could fight in any era. He could fight in the what was the best era of heavyweight? 70s. He could fight in there. He could win some fights as well. You think he couldn't beat Ron Lyle and some of them other guys, Ernie Shaver and Larry Holmes? It's hard to take him against Larry Holmes. Tim Witherspoon would be a really good fight. I know in the 80s. He could fight with the 80s.
Beat Riddick Bowe ass.
Huh?
Larry Holmes will whoop Riddick Bowe ass.
Why'd you say that?
I don't say that. Tim Witherspoon beat him up, man, and he got a more aggressive style.
Riddick Bowe beat Tim Witherspoon, not a prime one.
Listen, bro.
Why'd you say? See, the thing is, yeah, he doesn't have by resume, he can't beat Holmes. But if you're talking about skill set.
I'm talking about what you could see him, the style of fight. He's coming straight towards him. He's going to hunt him down, and he's big. And you saw how Herbie Hyde was hitting him. Just walk through the punches, and you see how Van Holyfield hits. That man hit hard. He walked through. He's willing to walk through punches to get his off.
Larry Holmes had that jab though.
He wouldn't be able to keep him off. Even look, George Foreman, even though he was old, didn't want to fight him. Didn't want to fight him. Didn't want to fight him. That's all I have to say to you, bro. Didn't want to fight.
Larry Holmes kept Ken Norton off with a jab.
No, but George Foreman knows he wouldn't be able to keep him off. You wouldn't. He's a big bear, man. You can't keep him off.
My guy was bigger than Norton, man.
Yeah, huh?
My Bowe was bigger than Norton.
Yeah, exactly. He keeps coming forward and he's got weight and he just takes. He
used that size well. He used his size.
Yeah. You never see him hurt. Like I know Glotto stunned him up, but it was doomed. But he wasn't hurt. He kept coming forward. Kept coming forward like a mummy, bro. You saw much. Said no. It's not about fighting people, and he can hit hard.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, this is my thoughts on Riddick Bowe. I don't think there's anyone at his peak who he couldn't have beat. But but overall, I can't put him in the top 10.
I could.
Riddick Bowe can beat Mike Tyson.
He could mix it with Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he could.
I could mix him with all the guys there. That's why I rate him. I rate him high because I know he could mix.
He didn't really fight all them guys in his era though. He only fought.
See, that's what we're dismissing his resume. The resume is not impressive to me.
The resume is good, man. The resume is good.
He ain't fight Michael Moore.
Evander Holyfield beat all them guys there. That doesn't matter.
But you can't do that though.
Listen, bro. He only ever lost once. And
he fought leftovers, man.
Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I can do that. Joe Frazier beat Muhammad Ali, and George Foreman knocked out Joe Frazier. You can do that.
Listen, Lennox Lewis fought guys when they were all past their best. Yeah, he fought people when they were in their prime, and then he died for it. Because he fought Evander Holyfield in his prime, that's when he was almost finished. What are you talking about? The man, career, them fights.
Lennox took on all challenges, man.
He never fought no one as deadly as Evander Holyfield in his career. He
fought Ray Mercer.
Ray Mercer wasn't as dangerous as Evander Holyfield. Are you fighting Evander Holyfield in his prime? Then he finished the guy's career off. That's how dangerous Evander Holyfield was them days there.
Lennox Lewis beat Frank Bruno. He beat Razor Ruddock.
They weren't as dangerous as Evander Holyfield. They wasn't. None of Lennox Lewis's dangerous as Evander Holyfield.
Man, I'm sure Ray Mercer gave Holyfield life and death, didn't he? I'm sure he did.
Yes, he did.
Listen, man, let me tell you something, yeah? let me tell you something, yeah? I'm telling you, yeah, that Riddick Bowe would have mixed with any of them days. I don't care what anyone tells me. You can't tell me. If he never lost to Evander Holyfield, his record will be close to the Marciano thing. You know what I mean? He's there, bruv.
His manager admitted to keeping him away from certain fighters. How you want to defend
that wasn't him, though. That wasn't his decision. He just rose.
So you okay. So
that's what he did. Look, management, right?
All right, keep going on.
Go on.
Somebody cut out. What's going on?
Nah, Beats is still there.
I'm still there. No, keep going on.
If you had different managements, yeah, go on, Beats.
No, you was talking.
No, you said you were saying you had different management. Go on.
No, I didn't say that. I was just listening to what you
said. Management kept. I got a magazine. His management kept him away from certain fighters.
Listen, I got him up there, 10 and 10. He's in my top 10.
You got him. Who have you got him above in that top 10?
Along with Mike Tyson. So
all right,
that's what I have to say about it.
Okay. Alongside Mike Tyson,
yeah, I got Mike Tyson right high, man. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Okay. Where you got him, Chris?
I got him in my top 20, 25.
I've got him as a top 20, top 15 maybe.
Yeah.
Like his skill set is what I know I shouldn't do that, but I'm allowed to. Like to me, he was one of the most complete heavyweights I saw fighting. At his peak, he could do everything, man. He could box at range when he wanted to. He'd come forward and punch you up with that, and the jab was no joke. Like the body shots inside,
body shots, uppercut, the uppercuts with both hands, would break you up. Like it'll break you down. Like, and the thing he could take, he wasn't concerned with what you was throwing at him.
Yeah.
He's like a big version of Diego Corrales, man.
Yeah.
He just chop you down, chop until eventually he gets to you.
Yeah, he was a good skill set wise. I rate the guy, one of the most complete heavyweights, man, in terms of skill set. But his application and when he fought guys and Rock Newman's managerial and engineering of his career, I'm not that sold on it.
Rock Newman made him soft, but that wasn't to do with him. He wanted to fight Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis. It's just the winner. Nah, don't fight him, and they convinced him not to. They convinced the fighter not to. It wasn't your worth. You make 90, and it affected his legacy. I mean, I'm sure he wanted to fight him.
Well, if that's the case, then that's his problem, isn't it?
His management. His management was there. He wasn't a boxing guy.
We're not reading out the manager's resume. We're reading out.
I'm just putting it there. I got him in. He could mix it any era. There's not many guys again around here that you can put them in any era and they'll be successful. Could you put the Klitschko's in them era? Or could they wrap up? No. Could they be successful? Maybe.
You see, Chris, the boot's on the other foot now. I ain't having Riddick Bowe beating fucking Frank Bruno. I'm not having that, Chris. No, I'm not having that.
Well, you don't think Riddick Bowe will beat Frank Bruno?
No, Chris said Riddick Bowe will beat Frank Bruno.
That's Frank Bruno will beat Riddick Bowe.
What are you talking about? Don't be silly, man.
No, man.
What? Silly.
Don't be silly.
He got trouble with Terrell Biggs.
Nah, don't be silly, man. He's coming.
That's a point, no, that's a point, man.
Like,
Tom went the distance with him, man. Like it's hard to gauge. It's hard to gauge.
It depends. Listen. The Riddick Bowe I'm talking about, who's not concerned with what you're coming with. He would have given it to Bruno eventually. He'd have caught up with him, and he hits harder than Witherspoon, and he hits harder than some of the other guys. He would have caught up with Bruno and took him up.
He don't hit harder than
you think Riddick Bowe hits harder? A good jab. He could have done the same, and he hits harder than Tubbs.
It don't matter. He didn't care. Riddick Bowe didn't. That's what I'm trying to teach you. He's not concerned with what you're throwing at him, bro. He's just on to get his shots off. Don't care if you've got a jab. He'll find his way in and start beating you up. That's what he does. He get in there. Like he's a bear. It's like a big bloody bear. He'll come in. He doesn't care. You see the way he takes shots in his head against the Dancing Destroyer. It was just throwing shots. Yeah, it would have killed people. He just took them up and absorbed them, and just kept coming forward. And they wear you out. It's not. It's not funny. It's not funny.
He land a lot of shots. Though.
And he never used to lean on you. He didn't used to lean on you either. He just stayed close enough to just freaking.
Nah, he leaned on Herbie. He did lean on Herbie.
Well, he sapped
him out. He sapped Herbie out.
I never seen a way you could, I never seen a man use his size so well.
Yeah.
As where he used his size.
Yeah, he sapped Herbie out.
And Herbie High was a small guy too.
Nah, but Herbie, that's why it's called a Dancing Destroyer, because he wasn't about to get hit. He never stood still. Get moved around. He used to hit very hard. He didn't matter. He hit Riddick Bowe was getting flush in his face. He didn't working him down. So Herbie just freaking stood still and he just freaking threw bombs on Herbie. Herbie got out of there, mate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Riddick was exciting to watch in terms of how he fought. Yes. It was exciting to watch.
Yes.
I still think Frank Bruno would have gave him trouble if they fought.
I don't think so.
I think he would have gave him trouble. Whether he would have won or not, I'm not sure.
I'm telling you definitively.
He's not going to see. The thing is, I don't think Riddick Bowe's going to push Frank Bruno back.
He's walking. Listen. Frank Bruno will hold his ground. That's nothing to do with it. I'm talking about when he gets close with Frank Bruno. Frank Bruno will deal with the punches coming on him. I think Riddick Bowe will be able to deal with Frank Bruno's power. That's what I'm saying to you. That's where the fight changes. Yeah. That's where the fight changes. He can take punches. He'll just keep coming.
He ain't getting hit by from Frank. Who's he got hit by like Frank Bruno?
What? Van der Holyfield hits hard.
Holyfield don't punch like Frank Bruno.
Listen, bro. Look what he did to George Foreman's head. Look how he rattled Big George Foreman.
Yeah, he rattled him, but Holyfield.
But he does hit hard. He hits very hard, man.
Not in Frank Bruno league, man. Bruno's a fully fledged heavyweight, man.
Look. Let me tell you something, bro. Right? I'm telling you, bro. He'll be able to take Bruno's punches, and Bruno won't be able to take his punches That's what I'm talking about. See, what you're underestimating as well is Riddick Bowe's power. He
And
cleaned man
Terrell
up.
and Tubbs staggered him a little bit in that fight. He couldn't.
Oh man, yeah, because
Yeah, he did.
But
He
he fights,
did.
say, yeah, but he fights, because he just goes plodding in. He ain't dancing. Riddick Bowe is coming in straight lines.
Listen, that style ain't gonna work against Frank Bruno.
It's gonna listen.
He fight Frank Bruno like they gonna.
He'd have to fight at range, and he can fight at range. He'll have to fight at range.
When he gets close to Frank Bruno's gonna get out of there. That's what I know. Cause I see the way Thingy does. I see the way Witherspoon dealt with it. He just walked him down, bro. He wasn't having it. Just stayed in range and just threw your punches. You're gonna hit him. If you can get in range to hit him, then you can take him out. And Riddick Bowe would do. All right, that's my argument to that, man.
Okay. All right. So all right. That concludes that. I think, is he the first heavyweight we've done?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Any more points anyone wants to say?
Ah, man, that's what I got to say about
Frank Bruno. Nah, sorry.
Chris
All right.
drop his lines at the end.
I'm gonna say I don't think. All right, this is my last words. He's not a top 10 ATG. He's not.
He's in my top 10, and that's all I have to say.
Chris, where you going, Chris?
We actually did 2 heavyweights. We did Mike Tyson.
Okay, but where you got Riddick Bowe? You got the last word.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I say my top 20.
Top 20, yeah, me too. Top 20. All right, people.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.